first thing you want to do is you want to rinse your beets really well. You want to remove any dirt off of them and also that very first layer of tough skin. So while we get our beets skinned, you want to go ahead and line a baking sheet with aluminum foil and preheat your oven to 420. So make sure that you have the proper things down. Beets can be a little messy. You want to go ahead and cut off the heads and the tails of the beets. And you want to begin to kind of chop them in little small bite-sized pieces so you can place them on the metal sheet for cooking in the oven. Make sure you drizzle on your cooking sheet on top of the aluminum foil some olive oil before you start to place your beets onto it. I received an inbox and it asked me what do we use in substitute of beets. I would say potatoes or turnips. They are that starchy type of vegetable. Carrots is also another one. It has that same consistency, a little harder at first, but after baking or cooking with it, they softened up. A lot of people have also seen pickled beets around. Oh, those are really good for salads, but you can replace these with potatoes. Another great substitute when it's in season is a vegetable called kohlrabi. I'm going to make sure that I list it out here as well. The kohlrabi is also in the turnip, beet, carrot, potato, ground vegetable family. Again, it'll be another great substitute when it's in season. It does have that same starchy type of taste and texture, kind of like a potato, like a French fry. And then you can kind of substitute in these dishes where it's asking you for that harder starch. So once you have everything on the cooking sheet, you want to go ahead and sprinkle some salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic salt, and garlic powder on the actual beets. And then with your hands, you want to toss. Get it all mixed in, get all the olive oil all over them. And you just want to mix it all in and make it look all really good. And then you want to kind of evenly layer them out on the pan. So next we're going to place them in the oven at 425 degrees and we're going to let these bake for 30 to 45 minutes, flipping them halfway. So next in a skillet you want to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of minced garlic, some olive oil, and also some chopped onions, about a small onion. So you want to make sure that you have them evenly distributed throughout the pan, and you want to go ahead and caramelize the onions and the minced garlic. Now, if you notice, my onions turned a little pink because even though I washed the actual cutting board that I was using, the beets still stained through everything. So you have to make sure that you're really deeply cleaning and making sure everything is really careful after you work with the beets, because the beets really will, stain your hands, stain everything. So just FYI, you might want to work with cooking gloves when you're using them. Now there are a variety of greens that you can use for this recipe. Some turnips do in fact come with greens on top of them. Beets do. You can utilize those. You can use fresh greens. I'm going to opt and go with some collard greens today, and I'm using some frozen ones that are already prematurely chopped for me. So once you have your frozen greens added to your pan, you want to go ahead and add some seasoning to them. I'm going to use the same seasoning mix that I use for the actual beets. So I got some garlic powder, some garlic salt, some pepper, some onion powder. That's going to go on top of them. And I'm going to slowly saute them, and then I will add them in with the onions and garlics here momentarily. So I went ahead and after the greens have warmed up, I went ahead and mixed them with our minced garlic and our onion, and I am going to allow them to finish sauteing and getting nice and cooked for us in our skillet. So first thing you want to do is you want to open up your cans of black beans. You want to go ahead and rinse them and drain them in the sink, and then add them to a separate bowl. So checking in on our beets, mixing them around. They look really, really, really good. I'm going to let them cook for about 15 more minutes, and then I think that they are done. So it looks really yummy. I wish you guys could smell them. They smell, oh my God, they smell really good. But they're caramelizing really well, and I can't wait for you all to be able to see the finished product of these. So next you want to take a small packet of feta cheese. I have 4 ounces here. You want to go ahead and open it up, and you want to add it to your salad bowl with the rest of the salad items. Now over the top of this, you want to go ahead and sprinkle in some lovely dried basil. So it's salad dressing time. You want to use your base as some balsamic vinaigrette, some olive oil. You want to do a splash of lemon juice, a dash of cumin, sea salt, oregano leaves, Dijon mustard, and thyme. You want to put it all in a little bowl off to the side, and you want to whisk it together. I'll show you here how it goes. And then you want to pour it all over your beautiful salad. And then after you do that, you want to begin to toss it all together. Here we go. Now this week I will be eating this on top of a bed of spring greens, and that will be my salad for my lunch this week. So my beets are all done. They look really nice and caramelized. I'm going to go ahead and add them into my sauteed greens. And now I'm just going to begin to mix them in. Make sure I get all the greens and all the beets nicely mixed in. This is my dinner for the week. I might add some brown rice or some whole grain noodles with them, but I might just eat this just by itself. It's the beets are nice and sweet and a little meaty to the taste, meaning they're not overly chewy, but they do have a nice little chew to them. And then the greens are nice and savory with the onions and the minced garlic. So this is our recipe for today. This is our dinner for the week.